Bro, you just went left there, man. So I need to follow you, man. So when you say you went through hell and it kind of all went bad, again, that's it's your experience. But could you just give me some perspective on that, bro? Because at the same time, that's some reasons why people say that's why you shouldn't do psychedelics. See, so yeah, just because give me and our viewers just a bit of clarity on that, man.
All right, so like everything was all good. I was practicing my meditations. I was like loving my family. I was helping my community. I was engaged with my community. I was growing lots of food. Everything was golden. Like everything was perfect. I was keyed in. I was learning science like I never could imagine. And then I thought that I needed to have some level of control over this because I was just going with the flow of things. And I broke up with my kid's mom. I was like, I want to forge my own life in this world, and I want to find the perfect woman, and da 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 da, like stupid ego nastiness. Like my kid's mom. And then I tried to go start some big capitalistic mushroom business in North Carolina, and I got arrested. I got thrown in a dirty ass jail in southern part of the United States where it's full of nasty drugs and Nazis. And I saw the nastiest shit ever. And for 3 years, I had to deal with looking over my back. And every time I had a police interaction, I might get arrested and get thrown away in jail because I got charged with so many charges by a racist police officer that brought 3 police officers out on me in the middle of the night, in the middle of the South. So like,
got you.
I paid my dues for messing up. Like I tried to have too much control over my life, and it backfired in my face. I know that I'm supposed to be part of nature. I know that I'm not supposed to try and play in this world that man has created on top of the world that already existed. And whenever I tried man's world, I got in trouble. Whenever I go back and play with nature, everything's golden.
Nice. Now I feel you. Thank you for sharing that, bro. No, much appreciated, man. So on this journey now, bro, as I said, it's like, you're obviously, we're all students out here learning, but, I've observed and you're doing a lot of teaching out here too, bro, from the mycological, the scientific perspective, but you also, as you said, you've got a lot of esoteric knowledge, man. So how do those two worlds merge, and how do you do, and what do you do in what I like to call now spreading the spores, man? That's, like you get the information out there, man, and you do it in a kind of cool way as well. So just what inspires you to do that, and how do you do it, man? Why are you doing that?
I recognize the multidimensional potentials of the human being, and I recognize the replication of the potentials of human in technology. And I was like, why do we keep making technology for stuff that the human body already knows how to do, but we just don't know how to do it anymore? I really wanted to make myself an example of the potentials of the human being. And I really thought that I was the perfect person to be put in that position, because I was the minority like percentage of the population. Like I was the young Black man that dropped out of high school, that had a kid before I was 20 years old, that wasn't married, that got arrested, that all that shit. Like everything was wrong for me to be successful in the country. And I was like, all right, let me do it. Let me be successful in this country because I know how, because I'm not an idiot and I know how to speak. Like, you know what I mean? Like I luckily know how to speak, because whenever they freed Black people in the United States, they didn't teach us a damn thing. So it took a whole generation for some of us to even learn how to speak English. And some of us still don't even know how to speak English well enough to, like, I've met people that told me that they don't even know how to say what they think in their head because they don't know how to speak proper English. They don't know how to speak any other language either. So I'm just like, yo, what? Like, that sucks so bad, because I know that you're just as much a multidimensional human in there without the proper tools to be able to engage the world right. So I'm just like, all right, I know how to speak, so let me speak for people that don't know how to speak. So like, I started doing all of the things that I could potentially do to get myself out of there. And like, what I did was the most logical step out. Like, all of the people always interviewed me like, oh, it's so cute. Like, how did you figure out how to do mushrooms? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I figured out because I couldn't eat anything. I figured out because I was broke and I had a baby that I know I needed to feed, that I know I wanted to feed good food, because I knew that baby formula and that nasty ass baby food that they had at the store was going to make my baby sick. And I was like, I want to give my baby organic food. And the only way I can even afford it is if I grow it myself. So that's why I figured out how to grow mushrooms. That's why I figured out how to grow organic food, because I needed to, because I didn't want my child to suffer because of my decisions in the world that I was put in. He didn't make those decisions. I did. We did. He didn't make this world like this. This world was beautiful until a couple hundred years ago. Whenever we started making it all like this. So I'm just like, yo, I don't want my child to suffer because of all of these things. That's not his fault. So I wanted to start from there. I was like, yo, all right, if he's a baby, like none of this other cultural stuff is going to get through to him. I just need to make sure the food is good at first. And then I can start working on the cultural stuff around. So I started working on the community. I was like, I need there to be other people that think like this around here, because if I can't afford to leave, I need to make sure that the government and the people that are in the community at least see a way that we can live together and make this viable for everybody. And it's not so one-sided, and that my kid doesn't have to suffer for the same injustices and opportunities that I didn't have, or have to suffer with getting arrested for doing things that every human should have the right to be able to do. So I was like, all right, I need to do the government stuff. So I started prepping, and I ran for mayor when I was like 22 years old here in the town that I was in. And so yes, I like every single day I did everything I could. Like I didn't even play on social media and stuff like that at first, because I didn't care about it. I started going on social media when I recognized the potential that I could make more money if I showed people what I was doing, because I was already doing all that stuff in my house, and I was blissed out with my family, just vibing. Like, and now now I don't know, like now it's here, and like it's like it sounds like a lot, but like honestly, like I just ate acid because it made time slow down, and I read books on how to do science. Like it's like, and like it's all just toys and stuff. It's all games and toys. Like if you can make it a game and make it fun for yourself, you can learn anything. Like my dad always used to get mad at me whenever I was in school, because he'd be like, how come you can't learn the stuff they tell you in school? Because sometimes I wouldn't be getting good grades. He's like, you can't learn the stuff in school, but you know like 100 different Pokemon cards, all of the things about it. And I was like, well, yeah, because I like that. I don't like school. And then I realized that if I make the things that I'm learning about stuff I like, if I only learn about stuff that I like, that I'll always be able to learn about it. So I only learn about stuff when I care about it. So like I learned about mushrooms when I like mushrooms. I learned about algae when I like algae. I learned about DNA when I like DNA. I learned about cannabis when I like cannabis, whatever. And then when I'm into it, I learn about it as much as I can until it's boring. Like I learn about it so much until like I'm at the cutting edge of it, until there's nothing else to learn, or until it's boring for me. And that's how I learned how to do all this stuff. And it usually, like, now that I'm getting good at it, and like we're literally like, people need to recognize we're multidimensional humans that have been trained into a literal 9 to 5. Like we've been trained to recognize every precise minute. Like, and so because of that, we're able to manage our time like crazy. So like you can figure out how to, and we have a phone in our pocket that's literally a portal into like thousands of years of information. You could watch a documentary that somebody curated thousands of years of information into 1 hour, and you could just absorb that. Sheesh. You got me fired up. It's not often that I feel comfortable enough to talk to people.
I can feel the energy, but I can feel the passion. Like, and it reminds me of, because I hear that about myself many times as well. You know, it's just like, yeah, the passion. And he's like, it's just real life, bro. You're just speaking about real life, man. Like, you can say it's just coming from the heart. There's no, you know, there's no rainbows, whistles, and bells and all that around. It is like you said, bro. I had to grow mushrooms to eat out here, man. You know, this is what this was about. And you know, you follow the trail, and it's like, yeah, you're just keeping it real, bro. So I can feel the passion. I'm sure the people hearing and feeling you, you know, once this goes out, will feel the same. And you know, this is why this is why I do this, bro, on the real, because I know that these dialogues are not often heard, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's a lot of judgment and perspective on why people do what they do. And, you know, I'm often asked about why I do what I do. And it's like, you know, because, like you said, it's because of the conditions that we're in, man. And like, if you've got that view, it's like, well, what are you gonna do about it, man? You know, are we gonna sit here and catch the same hell, or are we gonna make a shift, you know, and make a change? So I really appreciate that you shared that, and that you're on this path, and you're gonna stay on the path, I guess, because you've aligned accordingly.